amazing grace of glory of Jesus Christ. We thank God this wonderful Sunday evening. We were all in the churches. And after a Sunday service, always the devil wants to react. And that is why we stand our ground and declare that every tyrannic oppressor is hereby defeated in our lives. I really do not know the kind of the battle that you are fighting, but by the mercies of God, every oppressor must submit to the authority of God that has been established. We are very grateful to God. This is AGGIC program where we really triumph by the mercies of God. We really don't take it for granted what the Lord is doing in our lives. Each and every battle, the Lord is taking it to the doorsteps of the enemy. There is a topic we had on TikTok sometimes back in this series. And I remember we were dealing with Sisera. Why? That one was fire. Sisera all the way to the house and the bedroom of Jabin, where he was, no, not Jabin, who was that guy? Jabin was the president of Sisera. But this woman was killed by a woman in her own bedroom. That is why you normally hear that many men who are mighty in this life, they die in the bedrooms of married women. This guy called Sisera in Judges chapter number 4, he was killed by a woman who was called Jair, the wife of Heber, the Kenite. Remember who the Kenite was? Was Moses' brother-in-law. So this guy entered into the bedroom of this woman. He slept on the bed, was covered with a... We defined that. It was actually very amazing. I've never gotten that kind of a revelation like that during that time. And I really thank God, and I ran a lot. And I came to realize many men have lost their destinies in the bedrooms of married women. Today, that is not our story. I don't know why it has come along the way. It's simply because many destinies nowadays are being killed by adultery. Sex is actually the major destiny killer. Yes, destiny killer is major adultery and sex, illegal sex. Let me just use that word. It is one of the, actually not one of the major destiny killer. Today, very briefly, because it is on a Sunday service, sorry, it's on a Sunday night. By the way, we had a very powerful program during the day on TikTok. Those who were able to participate. Today, it was actually a very excellent day. It was a happy day for me. And it's only that I feel under obligation to speak. Today, I would have wanted to go and sleep. If I had some certain arrangements, they could have been somehow very much better, because today I felt good. But because of the burden inside, I want to take your 45 minutes only and let us discuss about Shimei. Shimei, as Shimei, son of Gera. Who is Shimei in the Bible? You have heard even people composing songs about Shimei. I remember a bishop who passed away sometimes back during COVID-19 was called Washiama, something like that. She used to be a presenter on Jetta TV. I don't know where Jetta TV went to. And she even composed a song about Shimei. And I'll take us to look at this enemy called Shimei. When you hear the name Shimei, what comes in your mind? Because this is a demon. This is a demon called Shimei. When you hear the name Shimei, what comes in your mind? Where you shall find the authoritarian rule of demon called Shimei. It is a demon of defiance to authority. It is a demon of defiance to authority. And many people actually, they are functioning with Shimei's demon. And I'll take you to look at this. This guy was a Benjamite from Bahurim, a man from the same clan with Saul's family. Shimei is a demon of defiance of authority. What does that mean? And I'm seeing this spirit very much in Kenya, especially in central Kenya, and especially in Kikuyu-speaking area. That is Kiambu, Murang'a, Nyeri, Nyandarua, Kirinyaga, Laikipia not so much. A demon of defiance to authority. That is called Shimei's spirit. This demon is actually the one behind many single mothers. This demon called Shimei. Because it is a spirit. When it is in you, you don't comply to authority. You defy authority. Whether that authority is your husband, whether that authority is your boss, whether that authority is your teacher, whether that authority is your father or your mother, whether that authority is a government official in whatever cluster, if the demon of Shimei is inside you, you don't comply to authority. Actually, you fight the authority very much. Number two, Shimei is a demon that rejects established order. Rejects established order. That's what we're seeing in Kenya. The government in office now is an established order by constitution, by governance system, and even by God himself. But when Shimei comes on board, people reject established order. This is what you see even in families. You will see a wife contending and contradicting with the husband because she feels as if she is equal. Shimei's demon rejects established order. Number three is a demon of disobedience. Mostly it exhibits rebellion. It exhibits rebellion. So if this demon, let me just call it a demon because we really don't want to hear this. Nowadays we're becoming so much artificial that we are afraid of calling a spade a spade. It is a demon. Whether you want to say demons don't exist, shauri yako. But what you should be seeing is the fruits. You will be struggling in order to be knowing why you're struggling. And I'd like us to look very briefly at this demon. It is not highly publicized in the Bible, but it has its place in the Bible. Because Shimei's demon, you will not see it when you're in glory. Yesterday, we were speaking about Sanibarati and Tobias. And we say, Sanballat and Tobias, these are the demons that will appear in your life when you start to pursue your life purpose. But the Shimei is a demon that will come in your life when you fall. It's a demon that attacks you in your most weakest point. And this is the one that this is a demon mostly that functions with the married women. When their men are down, especially economically. This demon, as long as you are in the office, you are doing things well, you will never hear of Shimei anywhere. Bet me, you will never see Shimei as long as you are in the throne, as long as you are in the office, as long as you are, things are working very well. But it wait until Absalom strikes you. Remember by the day that the topic has failed completed to download on TikTok, Absalom. And I'm praying to God after the review. Maybe tomorrow it will download because they locked it. Absalom's topic. This is a demon that will attack you once Absalom has done his work. Absalom is a demon of coup d'etat. It's a demon of that make many people to be sacked from job, to be excommunicated from the churches. When now you are in your lowest, when you are bleeding, when you are fatigued, when you are tired, when you are exhausted, when you are confused, when you are running away, that is when Shimei attacks you. Shimei will always come your way when you are free, when you are running away. And this is the one I'm telling you is behind many single mothers' creations. Because it is a demon that defies authority. If you hear exercising of authority, this is the one that is behind many pastors who have not been called as spiritual fathers. They are coming up with their own churches everywhere. Do you know there are two types of calling? God can call you as a founder. That one we don't refuse. God can call you as a founder, as a father, because God wants to establish something new through you. But there are those God have called them as a serviceman. So you are supposed to work under another authority. When Shimei is one inside you, you don't submit to an authority. There is someone I was speaking with during the day, and I was telling her that there are people who are God, their cases are our own cases. God deals with you in the desert alone. He just picks you slowly, pore, and he goes with you straight in the midst of the desert. And he starts to work with you there. And I gave her the cases of Moses. Moses had to leave a state house to go to the desert of Midian to be processed by God. There are guys like John the Baptist. He stays in the desert eating wild honey and grasshoppers, wearing a skin of garment, a skinny garment and a camel leather. This guy has no shelter, has no girlfriend, has no one, has no money to go to shopping. He does not eat cooked food. You know, there are people that God processes them himself. Those are the ranks of Elijah. And those who are called as Elisha. Those who are called as Elisha, they are there in the school of theology. They are processed, they become prominent and all that. So you need to understand the frequency that is working in you. Shimei. Let's go back to Shimei. I've told you, Shimei is a demon that mostly it does not attack you until you have lost. Until you have lost. Can you listen to this demon? Let us discuss it very briefly. Shimei is the son of Gera. He was from the same clan as King Saul. They were from the same clan, Moheriga. Uko. Can you look at the first, second Samuel 16 from verse 5? As King David approached Bahurim, a man from the same clan as the Saul family came out from there. His name was Shimei, son of Gera, and he cast as he came out. Number one, where you shall find the demon called Shimei, there will be a lot of cursing, pronouncement of negative energy words. You will never exert. Hey, yo, bro. Shimei's demon functions by cursing you. So if it is the one that is in your spiritual realm, you will find everybody you come across, they issue a statement of cursing. They issue a statement of cursing. You get me? Because Shimei's demon is a demon of curses. Right, left, and the center. Number two, he pelted David and all the kings of Israel with his stones. With his stones. This is a demon of pelting stones. What does it mean to pelt stones? It means worst hard hitting insults. Do you know there is an insult somebody can release on you that is more painful than a slap? That is Shimei's demon. It pelts you with stones. With stones. Meaning, it releases words of insult that are hard hitting. And mostly this demon attacks your ego. Mostly it attacks the backbone of your faith. You get me? So it is a demon that releases insults that are hurting. Because you cannot be, somebody cannot hit you with a stone and not injure you. And that is what Shimei does. He pelts stone at you. That is throwing words that are damaging. Words that are very, very damaging. You know, somebody can just issue a statement to you and it will take you like even 10 years to overcome the effect of that. It is always screaming in your mind. Something else. And the stones, though all the troops and the special guards were on David's right hand and left. As he cast, Shimei said, "Go out, get out, you mandra, you scoundrel." Did you hear that? A demon called Shimei will always frame you as a mandra. What does that mean? When, remember, David from his youth was a warrior. So he had killed so many people in his holy warfares. But now Shimei is calling him a mandra for doing the God's work. So when Shimei demon is in your life, you get incriminated for doing the right thing. Mandra. And then he's calling him scoundrel. He's calling him scoundrel. So if you shall find this demon in a person's life, to the people will see you as a mandra, as someone to keep distance from. And they will see you as a scoundrel. They will see you as a vag. Or they will see you as a vag or a hooligan. That is Shimei's demon. David, we know, is a king. He's a president. You can see he's working with the bodyguard, the Perithites and the Kerithites. They are protecting him. But there is a voice there. There's a voice coming from top place somewhere, and it's calling David murderer. and it's calling him scoundrel. You can imagine the damage it is causing to the spiritual welfare of David, because it is meant on David sinking in himself to self-judgment and see himself as that, and therefore enter into guilt and into condemnation and surrender. The Lord has repaid you for all the blood you have shed in the household of Saul, in whose praise you have reigned. The demon called Shimei always turns back against you. Let me put it this way. You can find yourself in a serious warfare for your destiny. And along that battle, there will be casualties because of those who would have entertained interfering with your destiny realization. Now, after you have conquered, Shimei's demon turns the warfare repercussions against you to guilt strike you. David fought with the house of Saul because God had said that the house of Saul would be decimated because of his disobedience against God. And now Shimei is turning it against David, that it is a David who destroyed the house of Saul, whereas it is God who had said that the house of Saul would be destroyed completely. It is a demon of turning things against you. You have come to ruin because you are a Mandra. A demon called Shimei is a demon that prophesies your ruin. Celebrates when bad things happen to you. Celebrate when bad things are happening to you. Mostly when I speak of these things, these are the things that I have gone through. You see somebody in the status of your parent celebrating that you are foreign, and you have to understand, what is this? I said you are going to fall, and they are celebrating. Because the demon Shimei celebrates in failure, in your ruin, when you are destroyed. Then Abishai, son of Zeruiah, said it to the king, why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me go over and cut off his head. Shimei is a dead dog-like demon. So if this is the energy you are struggling with, there is that perception of seeing you in the level of a dog that is dead. Abishai, son of Zeruiah, this was brother to Joab and Asahel, but they were first cousins. No, are they cousins? No, they are nieces. Is that the nieces or a nephew of David? Because Zeruiah was a sister to David. You get me? He is calling Shimei a dead dog. And remember, who else called himself a dead dog in the Bible? Mephibosheth, the grandson of King Saul. He told David, why should you consider me a dead dog? So when you look at Mephibosheth, you're able now to interpret a dead dog means what? It means a crippled person. So when he is being seen as a dead dog, it means when this demon is in your life, one of the things that you're going to exhibit very much is the view of you are incapable of doing anything. A perception of non-importance. and none value in life. A dead dog. You know, it is much better when the dog is alive because it can bark. But a dead dog, you know, I don't want to discuss more about that, but understand that. That is a demon called Shimei. If it is in your life, let me say it is in your spiritual atmosphere, people view you as a dead dog. You can now try to imagine how people think of you when this demon is controlling their mindset about you. But the king said, what does this have to do with you, you sons of Zuriah? If he is cursing because the Lord said to him, curse David, who can ask, why do you do this? David then said to Abishai and all his officials, my son, my own flesh, and blood is trying to kill me. How much more then this Benjaminite? Leave him alone. Let him curse, for the Lord has told him, it may be that the Lord will look upon my misery and restore to me his covenant blessing instead of his curse today. The good thing about the demon Shimei is that, yes, the demon Shimei, its work is to expand your misery, is to expand your misery. Its work is to add salt on the wood. David has already been overthrown by his own son, Absalom. And here Shimei is insulting him, cursing him, pelting stones at him. How can you try to put yourself in the shoes of David? This is a demon that comes to add acid already on a bleeding wood. You are there crying, you're there shedding tears. And then just somebody comes from nowhere and attacks you with words. You are left shattered. The demon Shimei expands your misery by what it says. I told you it will be very brief. So David and his men continued along the road where Shimei was going along the hillside opposite him, cursing as he went. Another thing you need to notice about the demon called Shimei, it is a demon of, let me say, monitoring. It's a demon that pursues you. If you enter into this house, it comes there. If you go there, it goes there. Because it says that Shimei was going along the hillside opposite him. So this is not a demon that will insult you once and stops. It follows you along the way. So if you're not careful, if it happens to be sustained in your life, then it can stay for quite a while. And he's saying, cursing as he went and throwing stones at him and showering him with dirt. We had seen curses, we had seen throwing stone. Now you see something else here. And showering him with dirt. Imagine mtu anakurusia maji ya sewage. And you're the king. Imagine, this is a king. Don't confuse the context. This is a president. But now has been overthrown. Not by God, but by his own son, politically. Shimei is a demon that is of character assassination, mudslinging, and reputation defilement. It throws mud at you. It throws sewage water at you. It throws that which will make you dirty. That which will make you defiled. That is Shimei. Its interest is to make you look as dirty as possible. This is one that is behind character assassination, reputation defilement, and mudslinging your name. The king and all the people with him arrived at their destination, exhausted, and there he refreshed himself. Another thing you need to notice with the demon called Shimei is that it is an exhausting demon. If you allow it, you will be exhausted very fast. You will experience the tendencies of fatigue, tiredness. You will be experiencing something like like you are worn out. You know, a situation whereby you have lost energy because it is a draining demon. Instead of allowing you to concentrate with your troubles, it comes now to add salt on what you are going through. Can you look at the 2 Samuel 19, 18b? 18b. 18b. Okay. 2 Samuel 19, 18b. When Shimei, son of Gera, crossed Jordan, he fell prostrate. He fell prostrate. Where? Before the king. Another thing you need to notice about the demon called Shimei is a masquerading, counterfeit, allegiance demon. When it realizes you cannot be defeated, it changes character. It's a chameleon. Now you imagine some times ago what he did to David. And now, can we look at verse 16? Shimei, son of Gera, the Benjaminite, from Bahurim, hurried down with the men of Judah to meet King David. With him were 1,000 Benjamites along with Ziba and all that. I would like you to consider that verse we have just read, verse 18b. He fell prostrate before the king. Is he genuine? He is now saying, yes, sir. Is he genuine? The demon Shimei is a chameleon spirit. When it comes in your life, you mostly experience the tendencies of fake allegiance, counterfeit commitments. People who pretend that they love you. If the demon Shimei is in your life, they are fake. They fake allegiance. And if there is something that is dangerous in a person's life, is when you have fake company around you. And he said to him, may my rod not hold me guilty. Do not, may the rod not hold me guilty. The demon Shimei, when it is in your life, one of the things you should notice is that it does not yield to repentance, but it demands forgiveness. Have you ever found people, they do wrong, and instead of admitting the wrong they do, they go on ahead to justify why they did what they did? That the Shimei demon. He insulted King David. He pelted stones. He threw mud at anointed king. And instead of apologizing, he is saying, do not hold me guilty. How now? How now? Shimei's demon is a spirit that makes people justify the wrong they do instead of repenting. How is United States of America? How is it going? You have been very quiet. Wewe ulinitoroka. Unaendeleaje? Mungu akubariki sana. And you promised me that you'll be coming to Kenya. When will you be coming? May God bless you. And may God cause you to prosper in United States of America. By the way, which state do you stay in? Yes. God bless you so much. So notice here. Instead of saying, I am sorry. Instead of just saying, I am sorry. The demon Shimei will demand you brush off that. You forget that. Instead of telling you, I wronged you. Can you notice here? Do not remember how your servant did wrong on the day my lord the king left Jerusalem. This demon called Shimei, it will demand you forget the wrong it has done to you, but it will never accept accountability. And this is very tricky, because when you're living with this kind of a person, or you're working with this kind of a person, you may never be able to understand how they work. Imagine he's telling the king, don't remember. So this demon called Shimei mostly works through by saying that let us forget what has been done. Let us build on the future. And if we forget what has happened and if we build on the future, that which was done has not been resolved, has not been sorted out. It becomes what? It becomes a stronghold. That's what people forget. It becomes a stronghold that will come to haunt you tomorrow. This guy called Shimei, he is telling David, do not remember. Do not remember. And David, maybe he had a big heart. He just told him it's okay. But when Solomon became the king, the fire was called back. And Shimei was told, you know what you did to my father? Any minor mistake you make, that will be your judgment day. Shimei's demon would want us to bury the hatchet without resolving the conflict. So what becomes of the conflict? What becomes of the issue? It now is left pending as a stronghold that will haunt you in the future. And that's why myself, even I do something wrong with you, I prefer in resolving the issue to the root cause. Because I know the more we wish off an issue, it continues to pile up into a stronghold. And the day it will explode when you are not strong enough to handle it. Something else. For I, your servant, know that I have sinned. But today I have come here as a fast from the tribe of Joseph to come down and meet my Lord the king. This demon called Shimei, when it is cornered, it surrenders for survival. It surrenders for survival. So a person controlled by the spirit of Shimei, when they realize they have been cornered, instead of resolving the matter, they would prefer to surrender or to say, it's okay, I admit I'm wrong. And from there, you are left, you are left as if you are the one who was wrong. The Shimei's demon is a demon that it turns an issue against you. You are the victim, but it is turned against you as if you're the culprit. And this demon called Shimei is the one that is by the spirit of narcissism, narcissistic kind of behaviors. Then Abishai, we are still in 2 Samuel 19. We are now in verse 21. Then Tabison Masharia, God bless you so much. And may God continue to fight your battles until you are declared more than a conqueror. Then Abishai, son of Zeruiah, said, shouldn't Shimei be put to death for this? He cast the Lord's anointed. The Bible says, do not touch the anointed one. Do no harm to the Lord's prophet. But Shimei touches the anointed. This is a demon of high-end blasphemy. It's a demon of contempt. This is a demon behind people telling men of God that they are fake. Achana huyo. He is a fake man of God. Self-proclaimed. Shimei's demon. It will make you, it's a demon of cursing the Lord's anointed. So it's a demon mostly it attacks the anointed people. Because it works towards discrediting you. It works in trying to expose you as fake. Mostly, Shimei's demon's work is to make your anointing look counterfeit and fake and all that. David replied, what does this have to do with you, sons of Zeruiah? What right do you have to interfere? Should anyone be put to death in Israel today? Don't I know that today I am the king over Israel? So the king said to Shimei, you shall not die. And the king promised him on oath. You get that? The king promised him on oath. If you play monkey games with a demon called Shimei, you make binding declarations that you cannot annul by yourself. David told Shimei, I swear, you will not be put to death. So he did wrong to the Lord's anointed. This was treasonous. But he has been able to manipulate David by fake allegiance to promise him by an oath he will be preserved. And David did not touch him. So Shimei's demon is a demon of procrastinating judgment. Procrastinating or postponing punishment. It is better when you do wrong, you are dealt with by God right there. Munamalizana na Mungu hapo, unalia, unasikia uchugu, hiyo kitu inaondoka. Muna focus on a new journey. Kuliko a situation whereby Mungu ana postpone judgment kwa miaka inayokuja. This gentleman Shimei, he was able to manipulate David, and David told him, I promise you on an oath, nobody is going to kill you. And David was tied. He could not carry out that punishment. But it was put on hold until Solomon became the king. That is why I told you the demon Shimei is a bad one, because it postpones issues into future. Can you consider 2 Kings 2 and verse 8 to 9? I told you tonight was a very brief topic. 1 Kings 2 verse 8 to 9. 2, 8 to 9. And you shall see. He pleaded, no, you know, but he didn't know the issue had not been resolved. 1 Kings 2, 8 to 9. And remember, you have with you Shimei, son of Gera, the Benjaminite from Bahurim, who called down bitter curses. Now, David is defining what Shimei did to him. He is saying they were bitter curses. Bitter. On me, the day I went to Mahanaim, when he came down to meet me at the Jordan, I saw to him by the Lord, I will not put you to death by the sword, but now do not consider him innocent. Do not consider him innocent. You are a man of wisdom. You will know what to do to him. But his gray head, bring his gray head down to the grave in blood. What? Did they not resolve their issues, David and Shimei? Imagine all those years David became king after Absalom's incidents. David knew in his heart, Shimei, you will not go to mortuary if your gray hair is not covered with blood. What? What? You know, you are living in peace, thinking the issue ended, only to realize it had just been postponed at a later date. Can you look here? So how do you defeat the spirit called Shimei? You surrender it to a senior authority. And number 2, use wisdom. Let's look at it. 2 Kings 36, verse 46. Then the king sent for Shimei, and he said to him, build yourself a house in Jerusalem and live there, but do not go anywhere else. So the demon called Shimei is a caging spirit, is a demon of detention, is a quarantine demon. Solomon is telling him, build yourself a house in Jerusalem and stay there, but do not go anywhere else. He could not fly and go to another country. He could not go on holiday. He could not go and visit his people on the rural areas. This was, like we can say, house imprisonment. It's a guy that had just been put in custody. He can't go to visit the people. He can't move from Nairobi to Kiabu. That will be, he cannot go even to Bahurim to visit his mother or his father or his whatever. Just imagine. So it is a demon of detention. The day you leave and cross the Kidron Valley, you can be sure you will die. Your blood will be on your own head. So the demon Shimei is a demon of self-brander. So it is a demon that brings destruction to itself. So if it is in you, you will find you will break spiritual protocols that will expose you vulnerably to destruction. Shimei answered the king, what you say is good. Your servant will do as my lord the king has said. And Shimei stayed in Jerusalem for a long time. How was long time? 2 years only. 3 years only. But 3 years later, 2 of Shimei's slaves ran off to Achish, son of Maacah, king of Gath, where David was one day. And Shimei was told, your slaves are in Gath. So if you have this demon, you will notice your staff they always resign. If you're like you employ housemates, they keep on resigning. His slaves ran away. Your workers, if you're a boss, they keep on resigning your work and they go elsewhere. At this, he saddled his donkey and went to Achish at Gath in search of his slaves. So Shimei went away and he brought the slaves back from Gath. When Solomon was told that Shimei had gone from Jerusalem to Gath and had returned, the king summoned Shimei and he said to him, did I not make you swear by the Lord and warn you on the day you leave to go anywhere, else you can be sure you will die? At that time you said to me, what you say is good, I will obey. So it's a demon of disobedience. He disobeyed the king's order. Why then did you not keep your oath to the Lord and obey the command I gave you? The king also said to Shimei, you know in your heart. You know in your heart all the wrong you did to my father David. Now the Lord will repay you for your wrongdoing. But King Solomon will be blessed, and David's throne will remain secure before the Lord forever. Then the king gave the order to Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, and he went out and struck Shimei down, and he died. Simple as that. So if you are playing monkey games with Shimei's demon, you are postponing your issues to future when you will be weak, not in a position to handle your issues. Shimei could not promise again. He now had to die. So when you are fighting the demon called Shimei, be very careful, because this demon, why it is a very dangerous demon is because it does not accept issues to be resolved there. It wants issues to be buried. But the problem with that is that those issues resurfaces at a later date when you're not strong enough. And at the point where we have waded up, it has said the demon Shimei is a demon of disobedience, where we said defiance of authority. Even if you give that person an order, they will still break that rule. They will still do things in their own way. Even if you come to an agreement and make promises to each other, no sooner than later they will go back to their usual tabias. Now the problem is, it reaches a point, the demon called Shimei cannot be tolerated. It has to be dealt with. And how do you conquer a demon called Shimei? How did David? Because the demon Shimei had attacked David. So David did not fight this demon directly. So how do you conquer the demon or defeat the demon called Shimei? Number one, David told Solomon, you are a man of wisdom. So number one, you apply wisdom. You must be highly technical. You must be highly technical. It is a demon that requires, number two, perseverance and patience. You can imagine David persevered the pains of this guy. And then Solomon has to wait for 3 years until Shimei makes a mistake. It's that you require a lot of patience. You require a lot of perseverance and endurance. Number 3, if you want to defeat this demon, you need Solomon. You need Solomon. You need a senior anointed man of God. One anointed by God for peace. So Solomon is an anointed one. He is the anointed one. Number 4, you need Benaiah, son of Jehoiada. It is not Solomon who struck Shimei down. He gave orders to Shimei. So you need Benaiah, an angel of warfare. You need an angel of warfare. And that way, you bring down Shimei. And you decree and you declare every Shimei in our lives, may the Benaiah strike them down tonight. May the angel of the Lord, the commander of the Lord's army, the mighty warrior, the mighty man of war, may he identify Shimei, that demon called Shimei, whether it is in physical form, in the form of a human being, or it is in spiritual form, in the form of a demon, a principality, or whatever. May the mighty man of war identify Shimei and strike Shimei down. But us, may our lives be established. The last part we did not really say there, but King Solomon's kingdom was established. And Solomon was established in his kingdom and his throne. We decree and we declare, once Shimei is removed out of the way, you settle down and you get established. You become firm and you become completely anchored in the grace. May God bless you so much. Let us continue trusting God. Let us continue waging war. Let us continue claiming victory. And God will continue to bless us and bless us and bless us. Tomorrow we shall look at another demon that was in the life of David called Sheba, son of Bikri. A very brief demon, but very antagonizing. So let's continue that way until we shall end up on the last part of the Bible. We shall end there with Babylon, the Queen Babylon. That is how we shall conclude this series. Even if we shall walk along with them all the way to December, we are not in a hurry. The world is not coming to an end today. And the Lord Jesus Christ is not coming like now. So we have a lot of time to continue preaching. We must follow. Like the way you see we are following the Holy Spirit. Yesterday and today we were resting somehow. But tomorrow we resume our programs. God bless you so much. May you continue to excel in each and every way. Every Shimei in your life, may Shimei's head be struck down by the hammer of God. May the Lord strike down Shimei in your life. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you so much.